Hi you all, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I have for you all a salmon linguine. So this is actually a very special recipe for me to recreate. So I'm recreating this recipe from my recent travels to Paris. I was at a restaurant there, and of course in France, I mean, you're gonna have the best of pastas. And I had this salmon linguine, and it was so simple, but yes, that's so amazing in flavor. And I thought to myself, I've never had a salmon pasta, like salmon meat being throughout the pasta and these creamy pasta noodles. And I could not wait to get home to remake this recipe for you guys. So here's my take at it, where I get some salmon. I had salmon fillets or salmon slab, like I have here 2 small slabs that I ended up cooking. I only ended up using 1 for this recipe, but you can do the more the merrier, your choice. I seasoned that with some salt and pepper and some lemon, garlic, pepper seasoning. I seared that on medium heat with some olive oil, as you saw here. I flipped it over and added in water to get that to cook more. And so this cooked for about 5 minutes on each side. Doesn't take long for it to cook. Plus, when we add it back to the pasta, it will cook even further when it's with that heated sauce. So then I got a large pot on boil with some linguine noodles. Obviously, this is a linguine pasta dish. You can use any other choice of noodles though if you want. We boil the pasta according to its directions, just until that's al dente, just slightly cooked but not overcooked, because again, we're going to add that to our sauce, which is going to cook it further. So in the same pan with our salmon being cooked in, we still use all those scrapings and seasoning on that pan. We don't want to rinse that off because that's all goodness here. We add in 3 tablespoons of butter and some flour, where we're going to be making a blanc roux. This is the base of the sauce to be its thickening agent, and adding our heavy cream here. So we whisk that flour until it's fully incorporated with that butter. There's no lumps. I always use a whisk here, and being careful with non-stick pans to not scrape the bottom too much. And when you're adding in the cream, I always try to get my cream out to get more to room temperature before putting in a hot pan, because you don't want your cream to curdle, and you're wanting to whisk in to evenly get it heated through, and you don't have like a lumpy cream. So bringing that to temperature here, letting that bring up to the heat and get bubbly like you see here. Add some good seasoning, salt and pepper, whichever else you'd like. You can add in more garlic, onion powder, whichever you'd like here. I do salt and pepper, and I'm going to add lemon juice shortly. And that is going to be my flavoring for my sauce. Salt and pepper, lemon juice. And then we're going to add some Parmesan cheese in a moment after. All those are flavor builders for this sauce. Pretty simple and easy. We're letting our salmon be the star of the show with a cream sauce, and not going to over cheese it. So now we're adding in our strained pasta. I added a little bit of pasta water in there to break up my sauce. And outside of the camera view, I did reserve a cup of pasta water. You always reserve a cup of pasta water no matter what pasta you're making, even if you use it or not. What ended up happening here is when you cook pasta and you get your sauce cooked, sometimes your sauce can end up being too thick. And you just use your pasta water that's salted and flavored to loosen up your pasta and get it more silky and smooth and to whatever texture you like. So now I am basically shedding my salmon, getting that meat off the skin and into chunky pieces. I don't want it to be too thin. I want a good chunk of bites throughout my pasta. And I just shredded it, and then I literally just tossed it right on in that creamy linguine pasta. So as you see here, looks really good. Again, I told you I didn't want to over cheese mine. So you can, of course, if you'd like. And I added some Parmesan cheese here. I squeezed a lemon, the other half of the lemon on top, and I garnished with some parsley. And it is absolutely beautiful. Get that plated in a pasta bowl, and it smells divine. It's so good. It's so simple. This recipe took all of maybe 20 minutes to make, so it's something that can easily be made on a weeknight, a date night, or again, just any night that works for you. On a random, like Tuesday, like I'm cooking. Anyway, at the end of this, I sprinkled on some more Parmesan cheese on top and some parsley, garnished with a lemon, and served. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. It was so special to me when I was in Paris, and I hope it's special to you all. Have a good one.